So I just wanted to point out an example of how you might use if conditions to stage logic inside of a function and why you might pick one method over another. So this is my little hobby project, and I've got a function in here. It's a Boolean function, it returns a Boolean that tries to pick up an object where the object that you pass in is the object that you try to pick up. If the object has a movable object component on it, which it tries to get using try_get_component, this returns true, and the contents of this block are run using the reference to the movable object it found. If it's not movable, then none of this is executed. It skips straight to the end where it returns false. Try pick up object fails, it returns false, it couldn't be picked up because it's not a movable object. Life goes on. Now, why have I done it this way? Well, usually when the entirety of a function depends on one thing being true, I quite like to put that at the start. Check it first and just return out of the function if it's not true, or if it is true, whatever it needs to be. In this case, I can't do that because I need the reference movable object if it's found. So all of the stuff that works with this has to exist within its scope. So I have to encapsulate it within these brackets. However, once I'm inside the function, I can start to stage things based on checks that I make in order. So the first thing I check is the movable object the same object that's being held right now? And if it is, we can't pick that up, we're already holding it. So we're just going to return out the function. None of this gets run. We just return out there. If it's not the same, it carries on. We get to another if condition. If the movable object can be picked up, so it allows itself to be picked up, this returns, again, true or false. Then the pickup was successful. You can put back whatever object you were already holding, hold a new object, and raise some events to tell anything else that needs to know about that, and then return true out of the function. At this point, if we've got this far without returning because it can't be picked up, or returning because it can be picked up, then we've established that it is a movable object, but it would not be allowed to be picked up. And we don't need to put an else here because we know that if you've got this far, that's what's happened. And sometimes staging logic in this way, where you just make a number of checks in order, can be a lot simpler to follow, because the alternative is, say, you put else here, and then instead of doing that, so in this case is the movable object not the same as the held object? Then if it's not, you do all these things, and it does the same thing, but it can be a bit harder to follow, because this fine here, we're only a couple of conditions deep, but this can start to get complicated. You'll have if inside of an if inside of an if, and then what if you want to add something else into that? Whereas it's better, a lot of the time anyway, to keep your conditions separate if they don't need to be evaluated together. So these are separate checks. They don't need to exist together. They can be checked one after the other. Just makes it that bit easier to keep track of what's going on and add in additional checks if you want to.